Okay guys, so today I'm just gonna show you a video. I'm just playing Thresh here, and it's just a short. It's not really a short video, but I'm gonna show you a full gameplay worth of stuff,
30
and
seconds
the
until the
video
beginning
just
swarm.
is just like getting cut here. I don't know why. Just bear with me as it plays out, and it gets better out throughout the game. So standard start here, playing as Thresh support. I get the ancient coins, 2 red pots, and 1 mana pot. And I'm gonna start up with my hook here in just a second when I get into lane. Um, yeah, like I prefer taking skills when I get into lane, just so just in case something happens, I can emergency take uh something. And I don't know, the video's bugging out here, but it'll once it gets towards the middle game or whatever you call it, um, it'll get better soon enough. And yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to use this video to talk about a few things. I'm not so basically the title of this video will be tips on how to maintain a positive attitude during a League of Legends game. And well, for me, I prefer it if I just show you guys what I'm talking about, but I can't really do anything now because this is a normal game so far. Like so far, this is a normal start. Nothing has happened yet other than maybe Graves getting pulled. But like other than that, then there's nothing much. But yeah. So most of the tips will come towards mid to late game, where I have more reasons to show how to stay positive and all that stuff. But for now, I guess I'll just talk about how to play support. I guess I don't know. Um, so my cursor is missing, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not really using fraps, but I'm using a new system to record, and it seems to do it pretty well, and it doesn't give me FPS lag that much, though I usually do get like 200 FPS, but it's giving me about 65. But whatever, it doesn't really matter, and it gives me with 60 at least 60 frames, so I'm happy with that. So right now, it's nothing usually exciting happens in the early game because it's just a farm game towards in the bot side. Zen up top is getting beat sort of. Trinamir does beat Zinzao in a way, but the Fizz and Annie matchup is just. I mean, if you play Fizz, it's just all Ska, and then I just get minion block there, cause Riot. But yeah, the Fizz and Addy matchup, they're just there, you know, like if you play Fizz, then you play Fizz. And so okay, so this is Gank coming down from middle, and what he did there, I didn't move the camera up, but what he did there was he pushed the lane out. But yeah, so this is basically what our team fight is becoming. I Lantern Fizz in so he doesn't have to skip anything. He gets pulled into the tower here, and then he gives out first blood. So I guess that's one reason to like flame at him, but not really, cause you know whatever. It's not that big of a deal though. But a Fizz is now behind in lane because he basically left his position to try to get something, but he didn't. So now he's behind. And Graves does get pulled here, but he ignores my lantern. Just you know, I just hate people when they do that. You know, when I throw out a lantern and you just ignore it, it completely wastes a spell for them. And that was a lot of damage, but I don't know if that's from me or him.
An enemy has been slain.
But Zinzao, he does do some good plays here.
An ally has been slain.
He 2v1s and almost getting the double kill, but I don't know, like, that's pretty impressive of him. And then Nautilus, he has yet to make a gank yet, but, you know, he's just Nautilus. Like, all he can do is come in, hook, auto, tank. And it's understandable. So this early on, there's not that much, like, communication, like, going on at the moment, because there's nothing really much to talk about. A few pings off of Nautilus and Zen, but that's all. That's pretty much it. Also, I would like to talk about why I'm maxing my lantern. Because well, I like to max lantern because when someone when Blitz pulls someone, I would much rather have them live longer and try to get my lantern because of that amazing shield. Though it's not that amazing, but still, whatever. Okay, so first back with 851 gold, I immediately get a sight stone, and then since I already have 3 wards for free, I switched my trinket out for a red sweeper, it's just so I can deny some vision. And I recommend this for pretty much any support. Because Sightstone, it gives you the 3 wards. So whoever, if you can get it pretty early, then that's great for you. Okay, so this is me and Graves just talking it out what we can do. Since he go by first, that means he is ahead in this lane matchup right now. But it looks like Ezreal is not gonna go back, so depending on what he buys next, it could be that Graves goes ahead or not. And since Ezreal is missing, I take this time to ward, and I just saw Shaco up top, so I know I am safe down here. So I usually ward that bush just because it gives me 3 areas of coverage. Like you can see people going into wolves, you can see people leaving through between wolves and blue, like in that little alleyway towards middle lane or towards the dragon. Like you can see it clearly. And I'm just harassing here, and hopefully Graves doesn't get pulled. But yeah, like if you put a pink ward there, and it lasts for like who knows how long, then it's really like worth it. And that's a nice kill by Graves. Him just becoming 6 as soon as I pull, and I got pulled here, but I should have flayed him forward, but whatever. I'm just tanking. I don't know why I tanked it, but I'm just tanking. Trying to be a nice support here, but it was really unnecessary. But so right now, Graves is ahead in lane. We can pretty much win every fight now. Zinzao is starting to fall really behind now. Shaco is just gonna go up top and try to snowball the Tryndamere. Though he only has 2 assists, but like he's trying to snowball the Tryndamere, and a really ahead Tryndamere. It's really bad. Just because I'm gold 5 and I don't think anyone in my elo can deal with him without like proper like guidance in a way. Okay, so I hold off on upgrading my ancient coin mainly because I need the extra mobility to get to places. Like since I have a lantern, I need to be places where I can use it effectively. And yeah, no, always try to buy a potion before you leave base. It extends your stay in lane, I guess, in a way. Alright, so nothing really much to say right now. Well, Shaco is not really useless. Okay, so I see a ward here, and I thought that they were doing dragon, but I was mistaken. But I do ping out that there's a ward there, but I doubt that anyone cares because this is fucking gold and this is normal. But yeah, so just farming. I just sit here just passively farming. See right now, like he just whacked Zen once and he's already behind now. So top lane is pretty much a lost cause for Zen, unless Nautilus camps him forever and ever and ever. But I seriously doubt that's gonna happen. Mid lane is a tie right now because Annie is a give or take, and Nautilus is ganking middle quite a bit. And there's Shaco again, just camping. And I try to get a pick off of Ezreal here, but Blitz is the closest one, so I just auto attack him a few times. Yeah. So another thing about Thresh that I see most people not do. Excuse me. It's when they go up to try to catch someone out, and this Fizz is there. I don't know what he's doing, but anyway, basically what he's trying to do, what you should do as a Thresh is you should play first before you hook, especially if you're chasing someone. And I get stuck behind a ward there, which is pretty stupid. I'm not gonna clear it right now because I'm not too sure if I am safe, but I do ping it out saying, "Oh, there's something there, so be careful." And just before I moved my camera down to Graves, and I saw that he was really low, and that was a really bad play by me. I left when I wasn't supposed to, and he got pulled and he got punished tremendously because of me. So I choose there was a ping to go in, but I choose not to because Graves would just instantly die. And at this moment, I don't know if Ezreal has an ult, so I'm just constantly watching for an audio cue, because that's faster than a visual cue, you know. They were just gonna get a pick on this Graves or on the splits here, and then Graves gets the kill, and now he's really ahead. So Nautilus and Fizz are gonna start doing Dragon. I'm gonna stay near the Graves because, you know, again, I don't know if Ezreal has an ult or not. But at this point, I believe he should have used it. But just in case Ezreal tries to make some like sneaky play or whatever, I stay. So yeah, I try to go drag route without realizing what's happening. So I waste a couple seconds trying to go there. Again, so like Shaco keeps camping top lane, so Zinzao just keeps losing, and he's really behind. So all he has to do is just farm and build tank. But like you'll see throughout the game that he starts building damage instead of like, you know, just tank. So and that's another thing I like to point out. If you're behind, you should really just build tank and let other people carry you, because if you're behind and you try to do damage, you're just catching up on damage. There's not really much you can do. So again, with the reason why I'm maxing my Lantern there is Graves got pulled and he would have died. I think he would have died at least, and then I pulled out a Lantern there to try to save him, and I think he did. I'm gonna have to rewatch it later if it did. But oh yeah. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I've only had like 5 hours of sleep, not even 4, like 4 hours of sleep. It's not really enough sleep, but yeah, cause I couldn't really sleep. So I decided to play Osu, or Os, whatever you pronounce it. So until like 5 in the morning, trying to get an S ranking. And yeah, again, the reason why I get the shield. So I didn't see the Shaco here, and I do exhaust him, but he is going down to Ignite. I do hook, I get a pretty good hook onto the Blitz, and I auto attack him. One more auto attack should have done it, but I thought that Nautilus would have done something, so I back off. So it looks like Fizz has got his kill, and he's pretty okay. At this moment, he does try to go in ham, and I just throw a Lantern just in case, and he does take it, which I am grateful for, barely saving his life. And he does thank me later. I think he thanks me right now. But this Blitz does live due to me not auto attacking once, but I prefer playing it safe because, you know, I flashed out of there with like 200 HP, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that. To be honest, I completely forgot about this being gourd, but I'm gonna go ahead and take that now. It was kind of a risky take, but whatever. And I do scan that bush just in case there's a ward there. I do decide to put a pink there, and I barely couch that ward, and I get myself ahead another 30 gold. And you know, I need to work on like back timings, because you'll see later in the game where I'll just back for no apparent reason, and that would waste time. Like I would back, I'll recall for 3 seconds, and then realize I don't have enough money to do anything, and then I'll just skip and then go somewhere. And so I'm looking at the scoreboard here, and Graves has 130 farm compared to Ezreal's 50, and this is about 17 minutes. And you know, I was looking at it, I was like, what the heck is going on, you know? And this Nautilus, I like Nautilus and Fizz. They both like taking lanterns, and I really like it about them. So this Graves trying to go in. I think the Xin Zhao gets caught here, and I do flay Annie out of the thing. I had to miss a hook, and that's really bad of me. But whatever. There's not really a big loss other than and right here. I seriously don't know if that would have hit me or if it hit Graves, but on instinct I kind of sidestepped there. But I know back then I was assuming that I dodged it. So whatever. So yeah, Graves is like, bruh, what the heck, you know? I'm just saying, you know, force of habit, you know. I have to dodge it, you know. Who cares? Yeah, I'm not really a good support player. I kill my ADC just so I can see. Like, okay, so like, that was a good example of me. I had 200 gold and I just started to bag, right? But I looked at shop and realized I had nothing else to buy. So yeah, so I tried to steal the Gromp there with my hook, but I missed. I should have went for Tryndamere, but whatever. So Zinza decides to walk in here, and I throw my shield out, try to do something, but this is gonna flash out. I don't know why, but he just decides to go back in, which is pretty stupid. And I'm gonna try to predict my hook there, but it doesn't really work. Middle, it's taking some damage. Okay, so I guess right now will be the moment where I get kind of frustrated, because we are behind in kills, and we are behind in towers, which means we are behind in gold. They have 2 towers to our 1, and which is that bot lane, and this is really stupid of me. I saw Annie walk in there, but I just continued to I just decided to just walk, and that was a really bad decision of me. And Nautilus, he's at this point, he's not that tanky, but he's tanky enough. So Fizz, he decides to go back in. Graves gets a really good reposition here, and Fizz goes for the blitz, but doesn't really matter. So Zinza decides to join the fight, gets the Annie, tries to go back onto the Shaco, but just dies due to the thing. Zinzao gets the shutdown gold, so he gets gold, but he's not necessarily ahead anymore. He's not really ahead. He's still trying to catch up, but he is building damage, which is really puzzling towards me. So again, that's another tower loss for us. We need to capitalize on that 3 kills in the jungle, but I don't know. Zin decides to just push top lane, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a bad idea. I don't know if it's a good idea, but we need to start doing these tower damage. Ezra does kill him quite fast. Yeah, I don't. Just nothing much to say now, other than yeah, I gotta start warding. So I should have hooked, but yeah, I decided to put a ward down, which is, you know, it's the moment where you feel you're like, oh my god, I should have done this, or yeah, the feeling. So I don't know what Shaco is doing here, or Graves, but I get a lantern out. He takes it. I'm happy about that. So Zin's out. He stays top, gets the 1 tower, so he gets us not ahead, but he catches up us in the gold. They don't have that much of a gold lead anymore. And Graves still has quite a bit of farm, so he's a true AD carry. Like we're basically on his back. And this Nautilus, he's not building any whatever you call it. He's building pure tank, which I love. Fizz, he decides to go more Melicon, or the book thing. And I think he's building Lichbane next. And he should have bought Hourglass right after, but whatever. So, Nautilus gets, what's it called? No, but he gets to take the Lantern, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. So we get a nice engage here by, well, not really a nice engage, but Graves has really good positioning so far, and Blitz goes down first, and he does do the Lantern. Zinza goes in. I steal it with the Flay. One more person goes down. I exhaust the Ezreal while tanking the tower, which again is unnecessary, but Trinity comes in, and I miss a hook, which is critical here, and I get the Flay out. Now he's going towards me. I flash over this wall, and Lantern myself just in case here. Try to stall as long as I can. And I know I'm gonna die now, so I try to hook under tower, but I do die. And Trinity does use his ult, and with the skin of his teeth, Graves barely makes it alive. And yeah, I don't know. He says good job, Thresh, but I don't know. It's just whatever. It's just one. I died. It's not really that bad, but that fight was really worth it. We lost one person. That was me. For I think it was like 4 people. It was Shaco, Annie, Ezreal, and no, I think was it an ace? We killed everyone, but it was an unofficial ace. I guess. Right now Zinza is pushing top lane, and so that means we shouldn't really fight right now. But Fizz gets a really good ult onto Annie, which forces her to use Hourglass. No, okay. I thought she would use Hourglass, but I guess she didn't. That was a really good pick, but Fizz does sacrifice himself. But you know, it's not really that big of a problem, because once Fizz uses his ult, that's all he can do. His job is to just pick off one person. So the Shaco here shows himself, and I decided to hook, but he hooks into me. I don't know what happened, so I decided to scan, and I see him, get lost vision, and I have to do it. So I'm just waiting on my cooldown to try to peel off the Trinity away from the away from the Graves. It's a nice ult by the Graves onto the Blitzcrank. Zinza is here to join the fight. I ult, and I get wrecked in the face, I think. No, I don't. I steal the kill. But whatever. It's a good fight. We got 3 kills for nothing, I believe. So yeah, the Graves here. It was a late reaction by me. I should have hooked, but yeah. So I missed the hook onto the Annie. She is going to Hourglass. Fizz going a little too ham, and as Graves is gonna just take a Lantern, not really gonna do much, and he just gets wrecked in the face. Okay. So at this point, there's not really much to flame. I believe it's just I don't know. It's just the game.
Your turret has been destroyed.
All right. Let's see. What else can I? What else can I say? Ward coverage I need to work on. There's like 1 pink ward out on the map, and I do find this a ward here, and I ward the dragon. I ward that bush. I see it. It gets another scan out, so they do kill that. But jokes on them. I still have 2 wards left, so I do ward it again. Trinity is okay. So Trinity is becoming a real problem now. He's split pushing top hard. He just goes. There's nothing else we can do. I don't think anyone can 1v1 him at this point. So let's see here. Alright, so he does take the lantern, and Sheko does get spotted by the pink ward here. And I try to do everything I can trying to reposition or heal for Graves. And I do exhaust the Ezreal, so the Ezreal is pretty much shut down. And he does get a nice stun on everybody, and Tryndamere is in the fight, so that means I'm gonna get wrecked in the face. Tryndamere goes into our backline. Graves is just auto attacking for days here, but Nautilus isn't really doing much. Nautilus should have just went, but he's taking too long. And yeah, we do get an ace, but it was a really sloppy fight. Nautilus should have went instead of just backing off, but whatever. Yeah, so Graves is like, oh, Nautilus should have peeled for me. But I try to take the responsibility.
An ally has been slain.
Let's see. I don't think we're gonna. I don't think we take this dragon, to be honest. But Nautilus is really tanking right now. So he's just gonna walk in there like a boss and just freaking tank. Look, the Ezreal does nothing to him. It takes all three of them to do stuff, and now he's just standing there because he's freaking tanky. Like that's insane. And he takes him out, and he gets out. So this Nautilus is a freaking beast, man. And I don't know what's going on, and I try to flash hook and just become like a god, but Grace is fed, does a bunch of damage onto the Shaco. I get flash hook into the clone, and I'm stupid, and I just freaking scan a pink ward, which is, I'm just like, oh my god. So we all decided to go out into the Tryndamere here because he's just taking a tower. He does take it. Graves just gets two-shotted, I believe. So there's nothing much we can do because the Tryndamere is like, doesn't die. Yeah, so he does die through the one auto attack, but he would have died to the Ezreal anyway. This is going too ham. He does lose through the hourglass there, and I decided to just get out of there, just so I can preserve my own life. So Shaco's up at top, trying to clear the wave. Ezreal's mid, doing the same. So that means Annie and Ezreal are just down here bottom, while Tryndamere just respawns in 18 seconds. So Graves is up now, and he decided to go for a good play. So I'm just waiting for him to come here, and I get a beautiful play into a Q ult from Graves, and a Smokescreen just to help, and he gets pretty much an instant double. Blitzcrank being a little bit too tanky, so a few auto attacks for him. But it was a really bad play by them, giving more gold to the Graves. Let's see, this Ezreal here, he's just gonna be stupid, and he does phase shift flash, and I should have hooked, but I didn't expect him to do that. Whatever, it's bad play by me. Alright, so right now we are catching up in gold here, but we are still behind in towers. We lost every tower. Sorry, we lost every tower except our base towers, and they still have their inner tower. So technically we are still behind. So this Fizz gets caught up by the Tryndamere and gets instantly wrecked in the face. Yeah, but again, like, the reason why I say that no one can deal with Tryndamere is because no one can build effectively. They just continue to build damage. Like me, I'm just building a whole bunch of armor, even though it doesn't really help. And I don't know what he's doing, but he flashes. He ults the Blitzcrank, which is kind of questionable, but I do take the kill again, so I'm 5-3 now. Decide not to chase the Tryndamere. And I think there's 3 mid. Now it's just Ezreal and Annie. I don't know if he decides to do anything, but I doubt we can. So I'm just near where all the farm is. I have 5 kills, 3 assists, 5 kills, 3 deaths, and 16 assists with 6 minion kills. It's 21 minutes. I don't think there's anything we can do at this point. So Shaq goes up top, getting more farm. Now this is getting his red buff that he's probably going to give away to the Graves. What I do kind of feel sad about is there's not that much wards from my team, other than me and I think like one other person. So the entire blue side of our jungle is a no-go because there's basically one ward if in there, and we don't feel safe there. So that is a really bad decision. And Fizz is just becoming man. He just ults the Trinimir for some reason. I don't know why. He decides that, oh, I can't do anything, so I just lantern him out. Nautilus is just super tanky right now. I don't know. He can just get pulled in, take like 3 ults and just walk out. Like, that's how freaking tanky this guy is. So yeah, again, he gets pulled again. He does get bursted out there, so again, he can only get pulled out once. It's a good engage here. I get hooked onto the Ezreal. He does phase shift out. Zinzao does go ham. Graves does flash for it, which means he's just a bit greedy. But in the end, we do get 3 kills. No, just 2 kills because Blitz escaped. But I don't know. This Fizz is pretty good retarded. But this, I don't know what this Zinzao is doing, but he needs to go in. Yeah, there's nothing much we can do to a Zinzao, like, or not a Zinzao, to a Trinimir. He's really fed. What else are we gonna do? We need to put, we need to stack CC on him in order for us to win. That or burst him fast enough so he doesn't have enough time to ult. So this is one of those times where it's really iffy because we are behind in kills. We did make stupid. This Fizz is like something's wrong with him. He has 13 deaths, for God's sake. Like he goes in at the most weird times. He gets caught up by the Trinimir. And the Zinzao is pretty cancerous as well. But again, the best thing to do at this situation is to not flame and tell him everything. I was like, oh, you're fucking trash, you know. It's a really bad idea to do so. So this Annie's taunting us with the emote here. So she is gonna get hooked and pretty much dead for that. And Trinimir is behind us, so I decided to exhaust him. And I do Mikhail's the Graves, even though he doesn't really need it in a way. And Trinimir does escape, which is pretty saddening. But Zinzao does get the kill onto the Blitz. He is gonna go onto the Shaco here in a second. There's a double kill, and Trinimir is dead bottom. He's lifestealing. He has no ult now, but we are still afraid because he still does damage. And I feel like everyone's a bit on tilt right now because we are a bit behind. So Zinzao decides not to go onto the Trinimir, which is pretty weird because since he has no ult. But yeah, this is like kind of questionable. I'm like, what the heck? This is a moment where I'm just like, it's really hard for me to stay positive. Because normally if I'm staying positive, I wouldn't talk as much in a sense, I guess. So Nautilus being a sneaky ninja as he is gonna take the dragon. I'm just gonna help him out with the, I guess it was like 200 damage hook. I'm just gonna wait for it. I should have lanterned him sooner, but I didn't look at his HP, and I'm pretty sorry about that. But I don't know, that was a really delayed kill indicator, I guess, or whatever you call that. Okay, so it's 35 minutes into the game. So there's nothing. I don't know what else we can do here. Like at this point, I'm pretty much like on the brink. This is the moment where I'm assuming that we are gonna lose this game. But you know, I stay positive. I don't flame out other people. So I decided to build more army instead of MR, cause MR, you know. And I decided to go with, I think those are Randuins, but yeah. Yeah, there's no proper ward coverage that I can do, because we have no control in our jungle. But you know, Graves is pretty much gonna face check into the Baron, but lucky for us, they weren't doing it, even though they could have. They could have done it, like without a doubt. They could have finished it in like 30 seconds, and we wouldn't have known. But so we decided to go to the Baron here, and we are going up top, try to catch the Sheko off guard, but he does have his Q teleport thing, and so he decides to use it right now, and he does go behind towards the Graves and towards Baron. We'll see him in like a few seconds. There he is. But there's the minions in our base here, and Trinamir is being a douchebag, and he's gonna push middle with his team. All of us are scrambling to get back, and we are gonna lose the tower and probably an init for this mistake. And it's a good thing we didn't lose Nexus Tower. I think we're gonna not lose Nexus Tower. Okay, so Graves decides to go in, gets a really good crit onto the Trinamir here, and I missed my my thing, and I decided to Mikhail's the Graves, which gives him enough time to survive here. So Zinza goes ham onto the back line, giving him 2 kills, or not 2 kills, 2 assists, and he lives, which is pretty impressive. And I decided to scan here, so he is pretty much dead due to the exhaust being shown on him. And we do get an ace, and we got, okay, so this is a pivotal moment for us where, okay, there's still a hope. They just threw. We just got 5 kills for pretty much 1, and Fizz is freaking useless. Yeah, okay, just do this. And yeah, so we had a choice there to either push mid or do Baron, and I decided to push tower, but I looked back at the timers and decided, oh, we don't have enough time. We will only get 1 tower, and I would much rather have this Baron buff, because it would provide us more opportunity to get towers. So just a note in the future, you guys. Again, this is all situational, but if you guys win a team fight and there's not enough time to take 2 towers at least, then just go for Baron. It's much quicker. Again, this is all situational because you might not have enough damage to do it that fast. But so I decided to do an elixir of ruin here. It gives me 15%, I believe. It gives me 15% more damage to towers, and it gives my minions a little bit more damage towards towers as well. So including with this Baron buff and the siege minion, it's incredibly it's pretty good. I must, if I say so myself. Especially if we have super minions and they just destroy towers. Okay, so the strategy that we're planning on for our comeback here is to stack CC onto the Trinamir, and I believe that everyone kind of like knows that now. So Trinamir is starting to split push, and he's by himself. So I get a really good hook. He decides to use his ult to escape, which is pretty good in our case. The Graves decides to go in there, and Zinzao, being a little bit greedy, decides to flash. I freaking ping the middle. You know, Sheko does get an NM for free. I'm sorry, it's not really free, but so this Fizz does decide to go into this Annie. Fizz has what's this called? An hourglass for himself, but Annie does have it too, so he does lose his Baron buff. Did he have one? I don't think so. I don't think he had a Baron buff. But Graves does miss his dash here, so I am forced to use the Lantern, but he decides not to take the Lantern, which I'm pretty sad about. Whatever, so we need to push. We need to push this middle lane with our Baroned up minions, but Graves decides to just push up for some reason. I don't know what he's doing. So he takes the Lantern. We need to destroy the super minions just so we can get the minions pushing to the tower. Nautilus is doing a good job pushing top lane. Xin Zhao's pushing bottom lane, so we have a lot of pressure using the Baron buff. So we do get the tower there, and Shaco is gonna try and block the Xin Zhao from taking the tower, but this middle tower is pretty much free. I do get the 50% extra damage to towers, so this tower is pretty much gone by the time Nautilus gets here. And we decided to use this death bush here, where basically everyone I scan it just in case anyone's in here. So all 4 of us are in here. Fizz is back at base, and there's nothing much we can do. So Trinity walks in here. And all of our CC goes onto the Trinity, including an exhaust. Blitz pulls me out of the Ezreal kill. I hook onto the Blitz, and it's pretty much gone now. Like, what else? Okay, the main carry is dead. Trinamir, the entire team is based around Trinamir right now, and we get a pick off of him. So this is pretty much a free tower, and probably an in for us. Unless Annie gets like 5-man ult, but it's pretty unlikely. So Fizz gets a nice ult onto the Annie here. Everyone jumps on at the same moment. Ezreal gets crit by the Graves. Shackle here comes in, tries to defend here, but Graves again is pretty much, I think he's full build at this point. And he does a bunch, yeah, he's full build. So this is pretty much game, guys. Thank you for watching. This is a really good comeback, and this is one of those videos where you have a 5% chance of coming back, and this is one of them. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this encourages you not to give up, because if you surrender, it's a 0% win. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.